Students' movement demanding justice for 𝐻𝐻𝐸, 𝐍𝐞𝐰𝐬 intensifies. Pelt stones at Thoubal DC office complex, damaging properties. Police RAF personnel fired tear gas shells to disperse college students in Imphal. And 2 youths sustained bullet injuries in police firing at midnight clash at 𝐶𝐄, undergoing treatment at Raj Medicity. Hello and welcome to Northeast Window. This is CELINA 𝐶𝐢𝐯𝐵 giving you the latest news updates at this hour. Now the news in detail. Students across the valley of Manipur continue protests today against the brutal murder of 2 Meitei students. Large numbers of students and people in Thoubal district under the banner of 6 student bodies demanding justice for Hizam Linthoyngambie and Pisam 𝐻𝐻𝐸, who were murdered by Kuki terrorists, stormed Thoubal CD office today. The anguished protesters barged into the gate of the DC office by pelting stones. The main gate of the DC office was completely taken down by the protesters. They also destroyed CBI booth and sentry posts near the gate. Not only in Activa, 2 cars parked inside the office complex, SBI Thoubal branch office were damaged, but the district treasury office was also vandalized. In the war of stones waged by the protesters, SP of Thoubal, Sachindananda Soibam, Additional SP Operations, Wangkhomba Okramcha, OC Thoubal Sudhir, other police and BSF personnel sustained injuries. 2 media persons covering the people's protests were also hit by stones on their chests, breaking their ID cards into 2. On the other hand, around 10 students too were injured. The police fired tear gas shells and rubber bullets to control the mob. Students in their school uniforms along with other protesters marched towards Thoubal and Kangabok chanting slogans to deliver justice and to book cookies who killed the students. Upon reaching DC office gate, they were stopped by police and BSF personnel. Later, some student leaders were allowed to meet the DC. The students served an ultimatum to book the culprits within 48 hours and to allow students to go to school. Later, the students came out from the office and related the agreements with the DC. The protesters then rose in anger and demanded the DC to address them in person and began to pelt stones. After meeting the DC, a student leader maintained that the students who had already lost academic due to COVID should be allowed to go to school. The culprits who killed the 2 students should be booked within 48 hours and handed over to public, and all schools and colleges in Thoubal district must function as usual from tomorrow.
ꯂꯩꯈꯤꯗ꯭ꯔꯕ ꯃꯍꯩꯔꯣꯏ ꯑꯅꯤꯗꯣ ꯄꯨꯡ 74ꯒꯤ ꯃꯅꯨꯡꯗ ꯄꯥꯜꯂꯤꯕ ꯂꯩꯉꯥꯛꯁꯤꯅ ꯃꯤꯌꯥꯝꯗ ꯁꯤꯟꯅꯕꯒ ꯂꯣꯏꯅꯅ ꯍꯥꯠꯂꯤꯕ ꯆꯦꯟꯅꯔꯤꯕ ꯃꯤꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯗꯣ ꯃꯗꯨꯁꯨ ꯃꯤꯌꯥꯝꯗ ꯁꯤꯟꯅꯕꯤꯌꯨ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯦ ꯑꯃꯒ ꯂꯣꯏꯅꯅ ꯀꯣꯕꯤꯗꯅ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯂꯥꯟꯅ ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯤꯛ ꯇꯝꯗꯅ ꯂꯥꯛꯑꯕ ꯃꯍꯩꯔꯣꯏꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯁꯦ ꯃꯄꯨꯡ ꯐꯥꯅ ꯃꯍꯩ ꯇꯝꯍꯟꯕꯒ ꯂꯣꯏꯅꯅ ꯁꯔꯀꯥꯔ ꯑꯁꯤꯅ ꯃꯍꯩꯔꯣꯏꯁꯤꯡꯕꯨ ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯤꯛ ꯇꯝꯍꯟꯗ꯭ꯔꯒ ꯏꯔꯥꯡ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯅꯝꯊꯕ ꯌꯥꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯒꯤ ꯋꯥꯈꯜꯁꯦ ꯃꯁꯤꯗꯤ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯑꯔꯥꯟꯕ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯆꯠꯅꯗꯕ ꯋꯥꯈꯜ ꯑꯃꯅꯦꯕ ꯃꯁꯤꯗꯤ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯁꯥꯇ꯭ꯔꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯃꯤꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯈꯛ ꯌꯥꯕ ꯉꯝꯃꯣꯏ ꯂꯣꯏꯅꯅ ꯁꯥꯇ꯭ꯔꯁꯤꯡꯕꯨ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯨꯜ ꯀꯥꯕ ꯌꯥꯕꯒꯤ ꯀꯣꯂꯦꯖ ꯀꯥꯕ ꯌꯥꯕꯒꯤ ꯑꯌꯥꯕꯗꯣ ꯁꯔꯀꯥꯔꯅ ꯄꯨꯡ 74ꯒꯤ ꯃꯅꯨꯡꯗ ꯂꯥꯎꯊꯣꯛꯄꯤꯗꯕ ꯇꯥꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟꯕ ꯁꯥꯇ꯭ꯔ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯃꯤꯌꯥꯝꯁꯤꯡꯒ ꯂꯣꯏꯅꯅ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟ ꯃꯐꯝꯁꯤꯡꯗ ꯂꯦꯞꯄ ꯂꯩꯇꯕ ꯈꯣꯡꯖꯪꯁꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯉꯁꯤ ꯆꯪꯁꯜꯂꯅꯤ ꯄꯨꯡ 74ꯒꯤ ꯃꯅꯨꯡꯗ ꯑꯁꯤꯕ ꯗꯦꯗ ꯕꯣꯗꯤ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯗ ꯁꯤꯟꯅꯕꯤꯕ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯄꯨꯡ 74ꯒꯤ ꯃꯅꯨꯡꯗ ꯆꯦꯟꯅꯕꯁꯤꯡ ꯄꯨꯊꯣꯛꯇꯨꯅ ꯆꯩꯔꯥꯛ ꯄꯤꯕꯤꯌꯨ ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯃꯍꯩꯔꯣꯏꯁꯤꯡꯒꯤ ꯃꯥꯏꯀꯩꯗꯒꯤ ꯊꯝꯖꯔꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯄꯨꯡ 74ꯒꯤ ꯃꯅꯨꯡꯗ ꯀꯩꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯄꯨꯊꯣꯛꯄꯤꯔꯛꯇ꯭ꯔꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯋꯥꯁꯤ ꯇꯥꯕꯤꯗ꯭ꯔꯕ ꯇꯥꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯃꯍꯩꯔꯣꯏꯁꯤꯡꯅ ꯁꯤꯕ ꯀꯤꯗꯅ ꯈꯣꯡꯖꯪ ꯆꯪꯁꯤꯟꯖꯔꯒꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯤ ꯃꯔꯤ ꯂꯩꯅꯕ ꯑꯣꯊꯣꯔꯤꯇꯤ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯑꯣꯅꯔꯦꯕꯜ ꯆꯤꯐ ꯃꯤꯅꯤꯁꯇꯔꯒꯤ ꯃꯥꯏꯀꯩꯗ ꯊꯝꯖꯔꯤ ꯁꯥꯇ꯭ꯔ ꯏꯔꯥꯡ ꯉꯥꯛꯊꯅꯕꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯨꯜ ꯀꯣꯂꯦꯖ ꯊꯤꯡꯖꯤꯜꯂꯤꯕ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯌꯥꯕ ꯉꯝꯂꯣꯏ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯃꯔꯝ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯊꯧꯕꯥꯜ ꯗꯤꯁꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯛꯇ ꯂꯩꯕ ꯀꯣꯂꯦꯖ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯨꯜ ꯈꯨꯗꯤꯡꯃꯛ ꯍꯌꯦꯡꯗꯒꯤ ꯀꯣꯂꯦꯖ ꯀꯥꯕꯤꯌꯨ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯨꯜ ꯀꯥꯕꯤꯌꯨ ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯃꯍꯩꯔꯣꯏ ꯇꯔꯨꯛꯀꯤ ꯃꯥꯏꯀꯩꯗꯒꯤ ꯊꯝꯖꯔꯤ
Large number of students from DM College, Modern College and Oriental College took out a protest rally. Police forces fired tear gas shells after speaking with top officials of state police. Students submitted a 5-pointer memorandum to the Chief Minister. The memorandum says, all classes including DMU administration shall remain boycotted until justice is brought. Immediate arrest of culprits within 3 days starting today. Immediate removal of internet ban imposed by the government of Manipur. Government should take all responsibility of the affected students in the peace rally and removal of RAF. On the other hand, more than 10 students have received injuries from the tear gas, mock bombs fired by the personnel of RAF and state police forces at Moirangkhom while they were carrying out peaceful rally towards Siam Bungalow. Students of Imphal College, Manipur College and Manipur University were carrying out a peaceful protest rally when they were fired upon. Two youths sustained serious injuries from stray bullets fired by personnel of Singjamai police in Kakwa, 𝐷 and Beni Lerok area around 1 past midnight yesterday. Both are undergoing treatment at Raj Medicity in Imphal's North AOC. The injured had been identified as Wahengbam Jotin, age 17, son of W. Soman of Arapti and Uttam Soibam, 20, son of Led S. Nando of Maibam Lekai. The bullet that hit Jotin on the back went through his stomach. The bullet is suspected to be of AK series assault rifle. He reportedly sustained severe gunshot wound on his back and a small hole on his stomach. Jotin was immediately rushed to Raj Medicity in a car by locals of Beni Lerok area. Doctors at Raj Medicity immediately conducted surgery on Jotin. He is now conscious and reported to be out of danger, while Uttam sustained bullet injuries on his head and other body parts. He is currently undergoing treatment under advice of a neuron surgeon. The duo was injured in police firing under fierce scuffle between protesters and police, RAF personnel in Kakwa areas following student protests yesterday against brutal murder of 2 students who went missing on July 6th. Double murder photos of the 2 adolescents that went viral on social media on September 25th sparked massive outrage among students and people in Manipur. They were suspected to be kidnapped and killed by 𝐿𝐾𝐻 terrorists. The protesters who were holding protest at Singjamai last night were scattered in Kakwa, 𝐷 and Beni Lerok area as combined team of police and RAF personnel dispersed the protesters.
police station na kam thor pada yone hauna bra si hauna ba mi yare no ba mai je khet phau bun ti khet bane me ambulance call to gro ambulance am ta pa hobi
𝐿 𝐿�𝐼𝐿 Looped held a sit-in protest today at 𝐿 Bazaar against the cold-blooded murder of 𝐍𝐶𝐬𝐿 and 𝐒𝐲 by Kuki Joe terrorists. Member of 𝐿 Looped, Kuman Chauba, strongly condemned the merciless killing. She demanded arrest of these terrorists and stringent actions against them. She expressed deep anguish over the silence maintained by both state and central governments and even after the murder of students. Chauba also said the case should be handled by state government and not by NIA. Condemnations and demand for justice for the brutal murders of 2 Meitei students by Kuki terrorists continue to pour in unabated. Global Manipur Federation has demanded swift and unwavering justice for the brutal murders of these 2 young lives. In a press release, the Federation maintained that the brutal murder of 2 Meitei teenagers served as yet another stark reminder of the relentless violence inflicted by Chain Kuki Joe militants. This killing comes close on the heels of other alleged inhuman killing of 𝐸𝐸𝐸 𝐶𝐬𝐸, aged 26, and 𝐍𝐞𝐸𝐸 aged 33 by suspected Kuki militants in July of 4th. We anxiously await the country's response to this devastating incident, mirroring the collective outrage witnessed when a heinous naked video emerged, said the Federation. Moreover, we are appalled by the characterization of these tragic deaths as honor killing, a disheartening attempt to obscure the truth and perpetuate Kuki lies. This ongoing conflict has not only shattered peace but also stripped away the most fundamental and human act, the ability for families to bury their loved ones, said the Federation. The press release further, GMF implores the Biren Singh government to take an urgent action, bringing an end to this turmoil and restoring peace in the state. Khongman Mangjil Nupi Khutpu also strongly condemned the merciless killings of the 2 students by Kuki terrorists. Addressing media persons at Khongman Mangjil today, members of Khongman Mangjil Nupi Khutpu, Laishram Ophelia also vehemently condemned the atrocities carried out by state and central security forces upon students yesterday, while they were protesting the murders of 𝐸𝐸𝐸 and 𝐸𝐸𝐸. She also appealed to these security forces to not carry out such unwanted acts upon civilians and students in the future.
Sarkarna kulai yauzadaba laik tambala iba mahiroi singduna masung mamanabi u tamthina hatpadu ubada penjadabadagi protest of thorokpada khud thabiriba Manipur ki state force amadi central ki repeat force nahi je sigi minungsi yaudaba thodok thogongsi thamoi songna mama amoina Manipur ki praja moina thamoi songna kamyam tawdai makhata na masigi thogan bidanu makhata na thorokpa taragadi maduda lakpa phaphatagi policy Manipur sarkar natragana central government na pubiba si yare haidana sarkar ki maikaide thambirako adu pamjai.
On the other hand, speakers of Manipur Legislative Assembly, 𝐶𝐤𝐸𝐸 Satyabrata Singh, Minister Y. Khemchand Singh and MLA H. Dingo Singh and others have submitted a letter to Union Home Minister Amit Shah to take actions against the killer of 𝐸𝐸𝐸 and 𝐸𝐸𝐸. The letter also mentions that huge protests have erupted across the valley over a viral social media post regarding the murder of these 2 students. The government had already handed over the case to CBI in July. Mention is also made to the Home Minister in the said letter to instruct CBI to take swift actions like in case of 4th May, where actions was taken immediately after a social media post of nude parrot went viral. Students in Thawbal also took to streets yesterday in protest over the brutal murder of 𝐍𝐞𝐰𝐬 and 𝐒𝐲𝐻 by Kuki terrorists. Students of New Era Higher Secondary School, Thawbal, and other nearby schools took out a protest rally from Thawbal Okram to Thawbal Bazaar, chanting various slogans and blocked National Highway 102, demanding justice for 𝐍𝐞𝐰𝐬 and 𝐒𝐲𝐻. Women vendors of Thawbal Bazaar also supported the protest. Irate students demanded government to restore peace and normalcy at the earliest. Meanwhile, President of Bharatiya Janata Party BJP Manipur Pradesh, 𝐷𝐿 Sharda, has promised that the relevant authority will work towards providing befitting punishment to the culprits behind the brutal murder of 𝐍𝐞𝐰𝐬 and 𝐍𝐶𝐻. Addressing media at Thambal Sanglen in Nietiapat, Chuthek today, Sharda said, BJP strongly condemns the brutal murder carried out by Kuki terrorists. She said that the culprits will be arrested at the earliest and harsh punishments will be awarded to them. Sharda also promised that the BJP will work according to the will of the people. She also instructed the security forces to not fire tear gas cells and mock bombs at the protesting students.
Tamthiba mioiba amana chakadaba richatki wangada yamna nungaitaba moonga after anida chathagiba mihatpai obokase kuni yamna pendaba Bharatiya Janata Party namasi yamna strongly condemn tawi haiba potche masini photo si viral oirakpadagi ekoi pendraba satra kaya amana poglaktana ekoi kholau kaya laudana ngarangdagi chatharaiba pongjang sidasu koina appeal tawningbasi forcing security forcing kaising makoina action tawbada yamna ka henba action si tawdananabagi appeal lamasu Bharatiya Janata Party ki side gi thami kari haina chhatra singdu da feel tawramgadagi habase masini aikodasu yam feel tawra aduga magi leiriba imung manungi pendaba awaba nungaitaba masi atuki matik ekoi nungaitaba du ekoisu share tawri ha sigumba karisu khangjadriba yamna innocent oiriba tahi nauriba angang chhatra anibu yamna tamthiba mawongda minungsi yaudana hatokiba mara leiba mioi singase ana athuba matamda habaga loinana matik chaba dandi pibina namagi damakta ekoi mari leinaba authority da ekoi ki best level da koi pressure tawna ekoi hotnagani any central force oigera Manipur force oigera valley da tawriba action se same ching da su tawgadabani habase Bharatiya Janata Party na already ekoi pressure adumak daigrabani haujik su Manipur gi everywhere da ekoi action tawba matamda ching tam haibagi khenaba leitana madugi chapchaba action tawbiyo habase.
Taking to X, formerly Twitter, CM Biren said he wants to assure the people of the state that both the state and central governments are closely working together to nab the perpetrators in light of distressing news that emerged on September 25th regarding the tragic demise of 2 missing students. To further expedite this crucial investigation, the Central Bureau of Investigation (CBI) Director, along with a specialized team, will be arriving in Imphal tomorrow morning in a special flight. Their presence underscores the commitment of our authorities to swiftly resolve this matter. He has been constantly in touch with Honorable Union Home Minister Sri Amit Shah to find the perpetrators and bring them to justice, says this tweet. The government has now placed one Dr. N. Brojendra Singh under suspension with immediate effect for sharing inappropriate comment on social media, which is a conduct unbecoming of a government servant, according to the government. Dr. N. Brojendra Singh is a medical officer, CMO Pool, Tamenglong, repatriated from deputations at AMS, Porompat, as senior resident, PMR department. The government has further ordered that during the period, this order shall remain in force. The headquarters of Dr. N. Brojendra Singh should be Imphal, and he shall not leave the headquarters without obtaining the prior permissions of the government. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge today attacked Prime Minister Narendra Modi over the situation in Manipur and demanded that he shake BJP's incompetent chief minister as a first step to control the turmoil. He also alleged that the violence against women and children has been weaponized and accused the BJP of turning Manipur into a battlefield. For 147 days, people of Manipur are suffering, but Prime Minister Modi does not have time to visit the state. The horrific images of students being targeted in this violence has once again shocked the entire nation, he said on X. It is now apparent that violence against women and children was weaponized in this strike. The beautiful state of Manipur has been turned into a battlefield, all because of the BJP, he said. High time, Prime Minister Modi shakes BJP's incompetent Manipur chief minister. This would be the first step to control any further turmoil, the Congress leader said. The Congress has been targeting the government on the issue of Manipur violence and has been questioning why the Prime Minister has not visited the violence-hit state. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar said that efforts are on to bring back a sense of normalcy in Manipur. He was speaking at the Council on Foreign Relations in New York when a question was asked on the situation in the northeastern state of India. The minister said, "If you ask me what is happening today in Manipur, one part of the problem in Manipur has been destabilizing impacts of migrants who have come. There are also tensions which have a long history. The effort is on the part of the state government and union government to find a way by which a sense of normalcy returns." In the public gathering, EAM said, "To return the sense of normalcy, both governments are making efforts on this part such that seized arms during the tense periods are recovered and there is enforcement of adequate law and order so that incidents of violence don't happen." Wheelchair Basketball Association Manipur WBAM organized the closing ceremony of the 15-day wheelchair basketball coaching camp at 𝐂𝐲𝐻 Young Learners Club 𝐂𝐲𝐻 Hau ground. The ceremony was also attended by Director of Social Welfare Government of Manipur, 𝐁𝐫𝐻 Singh, Disability Director of Social Welfare, L. Daneshwar Singh, Disability Cell Director of Social Welfare, A.S. Robinson, Member of Manipur Women Commission, Chongsing Koireng, Vice President of CYLC, W. Joy Singh, and Advisor of CYLC, T.H. Indra Kumar Singh. Speaking on the occasion, 𝐁𝐫𝐻 Singh advised the players to be disciplined and that they do not need to be upset if they are replaced by other players during a match by the coach.
Wheelchair chowki maktoresu phaba hekpai lakpa yana basida bawda masing khre na suna ngasagi sanaba practice toba matamda yaraktaba yawi tire puncture roirakpa yawi aduna extra oiba masing leitragati ta khudom chadaba part ama yaraktabada tire ji pokhai giba matamda tube si Manipur de phangdaba masi chena bohna bada wa moiba chele la e hauzik leiriba leba kirang sina mu guati da pallaga leire kuina panbada gi amoya hangiba gumba sugumba khudong chadaba me amalai khudong chadaba me amarak sida akogi wheelchair basketball association na tournament si national level gi tournament si yorakadora banina coaching ji machine gi ana sille akogi players sing kulai shurachu sudrachu thona phana chongthorei yamna pungning thoganingai ni.
General Secretary of WBAM Muhammad Yunus Khan stated that few players from Manipur will participate in the 7th Wheelchair Basketball Championship to be held at Patna, Bihar next month. Practice for the same has been going on for quite some time. However, there are no sponsors and the sport department has just provided lip service until now. Yunus continued to say that the Chief Minister has promised to purchase 14 wheelchairs last year but in vain.
basketball coaching camp asida aina coach oina takcha matam de koi hana mamang de dam telele ba player sing amasu anoba player ke ama jaure adu jam tin improve hoy koi hana mamang de koi chalu matam de koi wheelchair sul lekta na mi de wheelchair wire chacha bani adu handak ti jale ba fa ba mana koi gi maru oi ba koi DCO sar ke ra nam chung koi social department gi thar uttam amso hoji nauna disability commissioner lai ba sar birani manga angole biraga koi practice to bodari jamna kolong chabam de phangjare tare maram adun handak ki lakadur tare suba koi wheelchair basketball championship koi bihar patna ra pangthok kodor basida di koi october tarik 23 25 pon mong pangthok tanam ni sida di koi school shoina kari umba amadi achievement amadi phangani ai ba sajam chaun thami.
All 𝐂𝐈𝐒 Sports Development Organization observed its third Foundation Day yesterday at the Community Hall of 𝐂𝐈𝐒 Part 3, 𝐶𝐢𝐿. Attendees paid respect to the departed souls of those who lost their lives in the war against Kuki terrorists. Uniform for the cricket team of 𝐾𝐲 was also launched and distributed to players on the occasion. People observed the 72nd death anniversary of Jananeta Hizam Irabot yesterday. Many lit candles in the evening on the occasion, which is being observed every year by Jananeta Irabot Memorial Trust. In a shocking news, a 12-year-old girl, semi-naked and bleeding after rape, went door to door asking for help. People stared at her but refused to help. One man was seen shooing her away as he approached him for help. The visual, which no longer shocked a society where violence against women and minors has become chillingly common, were captured by a CCTV camera at Bhatnagar Road, about 15 kilometers from Ujjain in Madhya Pradesh. The girl wandering the streets in a wreck, barely covering her, eventually reached an ashram. A priest there suspected sexual violence, covered her with a towel and rushed her to the district hospital. The medical examination confirmed rape. As the injuries were serious, the girl was rushed to Indore. When she needed blood, police personnel came forward. Her condition is now learned to be stable. When a senior police officer asked the girl her name and her address, she could not answer coherently. Police have registered a case of rape against the unidentified accused. The stringent protections of children from sexual offences Act has also been invoked. Ujjain Police Office Sachin Sharma said a special team has been formed to identify and catch the culprits at the earliest. The medical examination has confirmed rape. We have formed a special investigation team and closely following this. We appeal to the people to inform police if they get any information, Mr. Sharma said. On the questions on the locations where the crime took place, the officer said, "This is being investigated. We would come up with the information soon." The girl was not able to tell us exactly where she is from, but her accent suggests she is from Prayagraj in Uttar Pradesh, he said. The horrifying incident has yet again brought under the spotlight Madhya Pradesh's dismal record on violence against women. Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra have reported the highest number of cases of disappearance of women and girls between 2019 and 2021. Also, Madhya Pradesh reported most incidents of rapes in the country in 2021 with 6,462, as per the National Crime Records Bureau data. Out of them, more than 50% were crimes against minors. The number translates to 18 rapes per day. Before we end, let's take a quick look at the headlines once again. Students' movement demanding justice for Hemanjit Linthoingambi intensifies. Pelt stones at Thoubal DC office complex damaging properties. Police RAF personnel fire tear gas shells to disperse college students in Imphal. And 2 youths sustained bullet injuries in police firing in midnight clash at Kakwa, undergoing treatment at Raj Medicity. And that is all we have for now, but for more news updates, keep watching Northeast Window.